In February, I played every cozy game that released this month. The only one I did not play is the Octopia DLC for Eastward, which I didn't really want to play because I want to play the full game before I get DLC, but I did play as many of them as I could. I also did a previous video where I blindly ranked a lot of the games that were coming out in February, and so I will be referencing that video sometimes throughout this video. So if you want to see that video first, how many times do I have to say video? Then I will link that video in the description. I said it again, crap. And in the little eye above. I think it's actually on this side. But yeah, we're gonna just get right into it and get started. So Recolit, I think I'm saying this right. This game was actually gifted to me, which made this video so much easier to do because some of the devs were kind enough to gift me their game. Yeah, so thank you so much for sending the key over. This game retails for $14.99 and you can play it on Steam. Recolit is a cute, story-rich game where you play as a little astronaut boy whose spaceship lands in a dark town. And you basically help the people in the town complete small tasks, and as you do that, the story expands. So this was a really cute game. I did enjoy it. I loved the art style. It's short and sweet. I completed it in like 3 hours and 2 sittings. It also ran really well on Steam Deck, which I love, so I got to play most of it on my Steam Deck. I did have to adjust the screen size for my Steam Deck, but other than that, it ran really, really nicely. I found the puzzles and the tasks to be easy enough for me to figure out and play without having to look anything up, so I really liked that about it. It does have a storyline to it. It's technically a story-rich game, but the story didn't really evoke that much emotion in me, and it really wasn't the most impactful storyline ever. It was just more of like a cozy game to relax to and kind of figure out the puzzles. Some of the things I didn't like about this game is really only just how slow the character walks in the game. I'm like, oh my gosh, I gotta go back over there, but this guy walks so slow. So that was a little annoying, but it wasn't like a deal breaker at all. And I think the price of $14.99 might be a little steep because this game is pretty short, but I do understand that the devs work really hard on their games and they want to make some money back on all the money they spent making the game. I understand that, but I did feel like it was a little steep for only 3 hours-ish of gameplay. So yeah. And then in my previous video, I had assumed that I would like the game a lot, and I would say that it was a nice game, and I did like it, but not as much as I hoped I would, so I'd probably rank it a little lower if I was re-ranking it. Bandle Tale, a League of Legends story, released this month. I bought the $25 one on Steam. I know it's on Switch and other consoles too, and I played it mostly on my PC. I didn't really play it on my Steam Deck as much because I felt like it looked so small after playing it on my monitor, and then playing on my Steam Deck, it just felt so little. I just have a lot of mixed feelings about this game. Bandle Tale is a League of Legends spin-off game, but you do not have to have previously played League of Legends to play this game. I'm sure if you did play League prior to this, that maybe it would make the game more fun or meaningful for you, but you really don't have to play that game to play this one because it's a little spin-off, like I said. I found the game pretty enjoyable. This is a crafting RPG game, so the main gameplay is you fulfill quests by foraging, crafting, gaining new skills on this skill tree thing, and then you're crafting and crafting more and more things, more workbenches, more crafts, whatever, to advance the storyline and complete these quests. The game can be tricky at times, and it can be very questy, especially in the beginning, but after a while you get used to it and it feels open-ended enough, but also very straightforward, and it's like, this is what you do. I think I liked that, and I don't typically like that in other games, so I'm not sure what was so different about this. I did get stuck sometimes, but it didn't keep me from not liking the game, and I still felt like I wanted to go back to it. And I found that the best way to figure out the next thing you need to make, or whatever craft it is, or whatever the thing you need to do that you can't figure out, I found the best way to figure that out is by just looking at your skill tree and looking at the recipes and seeing, okay, do I need a new recipe for this? Do I need a new ability tool for this, whatever? And that helps. So looking at the skill tree was really helpful. So the game does take some thought. Don't expect like an open-ended farming sim type of game from this. It feels like its own type of game to me. And some have been comparing this game to Graveyard Keeper, which I can't really make a comparison to because I barely played that game at all. I never really got into that one, but apparently it was created by the same devs. But overall, I do find that this game is a hit, which in my last video I said it was going to be a hit or a miss. I do think this one is a hit. It's about $30 to get the deluxe version, which I don't even know what that means. I did purchase this one with my own money, and I believe there's up to 40 hours or so of the gameplay, so that's really nice too. I think I'm gonna get a lot out of this game. The only thing is that it's $30. That could be a lot for you, but I do think there's a lot of content in the game if you like it enough, and I think I'm gonna keep playing it. So if that one interests you, it might be worth the money. If you're like, I don't like the super questiness, then maybe pass on this one. This game was gifted to me. I did not know that it was coming out. It's called Plantabi Little Garden. I think that's how you pronounce it. And this one's only $6.99 on Steam. It released in February. This game was not mentioned in my blind ranking video, but the dev had emailed me a key. I did play this game for a little bit. I believe that this is a fair price point for the game. And the game is really cute graphics. You basically open a little plant shop in the game, and you can decorate it, and you can add plants, you can grow the plants, you can propagate new plants, and you can fulfill quests to customers for certain plants. Like if they want an aloe plant, it has to have 3 hearts to it, so then you gotta grow it up to those 3 hearts. And if you want to propagate a plant, it needs to have 5 hearts, I think, or 4 hearts. And then you can kind of propagate them, make more of that plant, and so on. So it kind of has this management sim to it. This is a game that I can totally get behind. It feels like a game you could play on one monitor while doing something else on another monitor. You can speed up the time, you can slow it down. You have to go in and click and water your plants when they need them. And I feel like this is a really cute game to play if you want something simple and something cute that you could just play this gameplay loop over and over and over. It feels like a kind of timeless game. If you like games like that, then you might want to check this one out. The next game I played is called Promenade, and this is a really cute, colorful game as well. This one is a platformer, which I don't know why I played a platformer. I also bought this one myself. This is $20 at full retail price, but it is on sale until March 1st. On Steam, and the game is a platformer, like I said, which I personally suck at platformers. So I'm not sure why I chose to play this game, but I did, and I'm here to share my experience and my thoughts. Now, if you like platformers like Banjo-Kazooie, Spyro, Mario Odyssey, and other classics like that, then you're gonna love this game because it's highly inspired by them, and the reviews are amazing by the people who love platformers. But from my short gameplay so far, the game ran really well, the graphics are really nice, the game was overall creative and cute, and I was really frustrated with it because I am not coordinated at all, having to press different buttons. But I did find myself wanting to keep trying again and trying again and trying again, which is how the gameplay hooks you and makes you addicted and makes you want to play because you want to complete the level and you want to do the thing. So in my blind ranking, I rated it a hit or a miss, which was like my in the middle category. And I do think that this game is a hit for those who love platformers. This is great. More people need to know about this game if you like platformers. But for me, it's just not my personal type of game, and I'd probably rank it lower if I were to rank it again. I might go back to this game though, because it was pretty fun, pretty interesting to play. I like the cozy vibes that it gives off, but like I said, I'm just not big on platformers. This ranking is just solely based off of my personal preferences for games, and I want to be fair because I do think it's a really great game. It's just not a game for me. The next game is News Tower. This one was $19.99 and I bought this one on my own. This game released in early access this February, and it is a very fun strategy management game. And for an early access game, this feels really, really polished. It doesn't feel like it's undone. There are little parts of the game that aren't finished yet, but it doesn't feel unfinished. You can have a full, fun gameplay loop without being interrupted by the game not being finished. It's definitely not the coziest game on this list, though, for me. It's unique, it has some great features, it's very managementy, and I did like some of the management elements in this game, but for me, I just felt like it was a little too hectic of a management game, especially because I just wasn't so good at this one. I felt really stressed out playing it, and I saw my friend Ellie at the Cozy Gaming Club play this one on a stream, and she does the game so much better than me, and she's so strategic with it and so good, and I'm just not that type of player to this extent, to the extent that this game goes with the strategy stuff, I guess. But sadly, this was not the game for me. I didn't end up addicted to it like I had hoped I would in my last video where I ranked it prior to playing it. But I am really excited to see this game grow through the early access stages and into 1.0 release. I think it would be cool, you know, to go back and try it again and see if I can just get better at managing it, because it looked so calm and relaxing. Not relaxing, but it looked like a totally different vibe when Ellie was playing it versus when I was playing it, and I'm like, oh, Ellie's like, do, 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 and I'm just like, ah! So yeah. The next one is Minami Lane, and this one was kindly gifted to me, but the game is only $4.99 on Steam, so definitely go check this one out. Minami Lane is a really fun game to pass the time. It's honestly at a great price point, and it's 20% off right now too because it just released. The game is literally exactly what it says it is. It's a casual management style game, and this is definitely the perfect cozy management game for me compared to the News Tower one, because it gives you these little challenge missions and it has chill vibes and it's really cute art style. I just like how straightforward it is, the easier little tasks and less chaos involved in it. This game has really cute Japanese inspiration in the art style, and I really like the music in the game as well. So this one's simple but addicting. I really like it. I'm gonna keep playing this one. And in my previous video, I thought I would like it a lot, and I certainly did. So I'm glad I got at least one of my rankings right, because this next one, I was totally wrong about. I was so wrong about it when I ranked it. The next one is called Pixel Cross Story of Seasons. I do love the Story of Seasons franchise, and this game is $9.99. I purchased it on my own, and I've already completed like 30 puzzles and played this game for over like 3 hours or something. This is a nonogram game. I have never done nonograms before, but I have done Sudoku before, and I do love Sudoku, but it's really not that similar to Sudoku besides there being like rows and columns and numbers. It's different. You basically figure out how many boxes you need to check off in each row and column, and then as you do that, you start to create a picture, and then once you complete the level, it will show you what the picture is, and all the pictures correlate to the Story of Seasons games, which is really fun. It also has the Story of Seasons background music playing the whole time, and I love that. I do kind of wish the price point was a little lower on this, maybe $5 to $6 rather than the 10, but I think that having the Story of Seasons part attached to it, they kind of hiked the price up. I don't know, but still $10, not so bad. But it is a puzzle game, it's more simple. There's 270 puzzles in the game, which is a lot, so I think that's good. And I actually really like this game, and I'm pleasantly surprised. And in my past video, I said I wasn't interested in this game, but actually it's probably up there. Out of all the games on this list, I really like it, and I find it pretty fun. So I'm gonna keep playing that one. And yeah, so these are all the games that I played in February, my little thoughts on each of the games. Hopefully this helps you decide which ones you want to buy or wait to buy on sale or whatever. I hope it helps. And check out my other video here where I spin a wheel and the wheel chooses what games I play. And I will hopefully see you in my next video. Bye!